All right, let's get right into it. Think of money like a game. The problem is, most of us are playing it without even knowing the rules, and that's exactly why we struggle. But what if I told you that by learning just 4 simple rules, you could not only play the game, but actually start winning it? Today, we're going to break down the playbook for financial literacy. So first things first, what even is financial literacy? It's really just the know-how to make smart choices with your money. This isn't about being some Wall Street genius. It's about having the right skills to manage what you have and what you earn. This is the foundation for, well, everything else we're about to cover. Now, here's a little distinction that might just change your entire perspective. We all hear about financial freedom, which is great, don't get me wrong, but it's tied to a specific dollar amount. Financial confidence, on the other hand, is all about your skill. It's knowing that you have the ability to make money no matter what happens. It's a mindset and a skill set, and honestly, that's way more powerful than just a number in a bank account. Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to look at something called the money confidence gap and figure out why so many of us are kind of left in the dark. Then we'll dive into the 4 big rules: understanding your investments, using debt the right way, and finally, how to shift our mindset and build the skills to back it all up. Let's kick things off with the big problem, the money confidence gap. It's this weird situation we're in because, we have more information at our fingertips than ever before, but it's just not turning into real knowledge. And this number says it all. I mean, think about it. There are endless YouTube videos, blogs, books, most of it for free. And yet, over 90% of people are still in the dark about their finances. So clearly, the problem isn't a lack of information. It's something way deeper. Why aren't we learning this stuff? Let's make this a little more personal. So, meet Peter. He gets his paycheck and poof, the money is gone. Spent on things that won't make him any wealthier, like barbecues and other liabilities. The really tough question we have to ask ourselves is, are we a Peter? It's such a common trap, but the good news is it's a trap you can definitely escape. So, why does this happen? Well, it turns out there are 2 huge barriers that keep people stuck, and they prevent them from ever really building wealth. Just take a look at this number, 70%. Any guesses what that represents? Just let it sink in for a second because it's a really powerful statistic. That 70%, that's the number of lottery winners who go bankrupt. They get this mountain of cash, but without any financial literacy, it all just disappears. This is the ultimate proof that just having money is not the solution. What's crucial is knowing what to do with it. So these 2 barriers really come down to a couple of culprits. First, there's conventional wisdom. Basically, from a young age, we're surrounded by this mindset of scarcity. And second, it's our own comfort zone. We're often just too afraid of failure or risk to take the actions we need to actually get ahead. We've all heard this one, right? This one phrase just perfectly captures that whole scarcity mindset. It teaches us that money is limited and it's hard to get, and while it's supposed to teach us to be careful, it can also accidentally program us to think small and just avoid opportunities altogether. And that's where the comfort zone comes into play. See, success requires action, and action usually involves taking some calculated risks, like starting a business or making an investment. You have to actually believe you deserve to be wealthy to get the confidence you need to step out and take those risks. It all starts with self-esteem. Okay, that's enough about the problem. Let's get into the solutions. Rule number 1 is all about understanding how to make your money start working for you. And here it is, the rule in its simplest, most powerful form. If you do not understand it, do not put your money in it. Period. I don't care if it's crypto, a friend's business idea, or some hot stock tip. If you can't explain it, you shouldn't be in it. This rule all by itself will save you from so many mistakes. So where should you invest? Well, the absolute first and most important investment is always in yourself. Your brain is your ultimate money-making machine. After that, you can look at things like fueling your own business, getting into real estate, or buying stocks. But just remember, it all starts with investing in your own knowledge first. All right, now for a controversial one. Rule number 2. We are all taught to fear debt, but what if we've been looking at it completely wrong? What if it could actually be a powerful tool? The key is to understand the difference between good debt and bad debt. Bad debt is taking on money you know you can't really pay back, or spending it on things that lose value. But good debt, that's when you use borrowed money as a tool, as leverage to buy something that will make you more money, like a loan to start a profitable business. When you use it wisely, it's a wealth accelerator. And finally, let's bring it all home with rules 3 and 4. These are all about changing your internal mindset and your external actions so they're actually lined up with creating wealth. Think about this for a second. We're always told to live below your means. And look, it's not bad advice, but it's a completely defensive strategy. It's about playing not to lose. But what if we started playing to win? This is the offensive strategy. Instead of stressing about saving a few bucks on coffee, what if you took all that energy and put it into developing a skill that could earn you an extra $100 or even $1,000 a month? This one shift changes your whole focus from scarcity to abundance. Now, to play offense, you have to understand this one simple but really profound difference. An asset puts money in your pocket, a liability takes money out of your pocket. The goal of the whole game is simple: get more assets and get rid of liabilities. Which leads us right to our final rule, the one that really ties everything together. The best way to get more assets is to develop high-income skills. Once again, it all comes back to this one central idea: your brain is your single biggest asset. And that brings us to the final and maybe the most important question. Knowing that your brain is the engine of your wealth, the ultimate money-making machine you own, what is your very next investment going to be in it? Is it a book, a course, a mentor? The choice you make right after this could honestly change everything.